Hi guys, I'm going to show you how to do the competition hair for the All 4 Cheer 2015 and 2016 season. So we're going to be doing a half up, half down curly hairstyle. So what I'm going to need is I'm going to have a brush, just any old brush. You want a comb. This is actually a teasing comb, but any comb will work. Some hairspray to hold the curls, a ponytail for the half up, the bow, the competition bow that you should have all received, some bobby pins, and a curling wand. The curling wand you can get at Walmart, Target, Walgreens. Just look online. I've got this one online started, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to brush out her hair. If it's tangly, the curls are going to get frizzy and they're going to look tangly, and that's not what you want. So I'm just going to brush it all out. What I'll do is I'm going to put her hair in the half up, half down before I curl it. I'm going to do this so that the curls don't get messed up after I do it. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my fingers right about from the sides of her eyebrows, the ends of her eyebrows, and just pull the hair all the way to the back and then separate it. So from here, I'm just going to take my brush, brush it all back. Just like this. Good. You want to make sure it's even on both sides. Look in the mirror for me. You want to make sure it's even, like you're pulling the same amount of hair from both sides. So I'm actually going to pull some of that down. And it's not all slicked back. Here. Good. Just going to brush it back. Good. So from here, I'm just going to pull it pretty tight. With this, it will look a little messy when you do it. However, the bow is pretty big, so it will cover up bumps if there are any. I'm just going to pull it tight, take my ponytail, and wrap it around. With the ponytail, you want to make sure you have a clear ponytail, a black ponytail, or a white ponytail, because if it's bright pink, you don't want to take the risk of being able to see it on the floor. You want to make sure it's a natural color. So from here, she's got a bunch of little baby hairs and wispies sticking out. So I'm going to take the comb and I'm going to take the hairspray. I'm going to come in front. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to spray and then comb all the way back. You just want to make sure those hairs are going to stay in the pony. Good. And the combing will help smooth out any bumps you might have gotten in there. From there, if there's any wispies that aren't going down with hairspray, you can just take your bobby pins and stick them in her face. Just hold that there for a minute. We're going to do that last. So from here, she has pretty thick hair, so I'm going to section it off and curl her hair in sections. If your child has pretty thin hair, you don't really have to do this step. You can just curl it all in one section, but the ponytail around it, just like that. And to hold that up, I'm just going to put a little bobby pin in it so it doesn't fall to the first layer. So from here, I'm just going to make sure it's all brushed through. There's no tangles, so that her curls look nice and uniform instead of all tangled. So I'm going to have her turn to the side, and I'm going to start on the front part of her hair. When you do this, you want to make sure you curl the first parts of her hair away from her face. If you curl it towards your face in that direction, it's gonna make her face look a little strange. So you just want to make sure you take the first section and curl it back away from the front of her face so it can frame. I'm just gonna take small sections for each curl. So I'm just gonna hold it there for about 5 seconds and drop it, and we've got our spiral curl. So from here, I'm just going to curl the whole first layer of her head, taking about 1-inch sections all the way throughout so we can create the spiral curls. Directions. This half is going in towards the middle, and this half is going in towards the middle the other way. I'm going to hand that to her, and I'm going to spray them. You want to make sure you're spraying each layer before you go on to the next one so that they each hold all throughout the day in the competition. I want to smooth out any pieces sticking up. Just make sure they stay. So after I finish curling every layer, I'm just going to take my hairspray and I'm going to spray her whole head. All the way around. Let that dry for a minute. You want to make sure you put a lot of hairspray on because your cheerleader will be tumbling, they will be stunting, they'll be playing around with their friends, and the curls will start to fall. So the more hairspray you put in, the longer the curls will hold. Okay, so for the hairspray, we're using the Aussie Mega Finish hairspray in flexible hold. There's different brands and different strengths you can get. This one works really well. There's the Got To Be hairspray that works really well. I think it's called Glue or something like that.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'm just gonna flip the ponytail back down and I'm gonna curl the pony. I'm just gonna take small sections, and with this one, you don't wanna do it all as one curl, and you don't wanna do all the curls the same direction because then they're all just gonna become one curl. So what I do is I like to alternate. I do one curl facing or curling towards the left, and I do one curl curling towards the right, over and over again until it's all curled. That way you just make sure they're not all going the same direction. Just gonna hold that. And what I forgot to do was put the bow in before you do the curls, but if you didn't, it's okay, they'll still go through. So you're just gonna wanna put the bow with the design facing forward so we can see it when she performs. Just grab it in your hand, place it on the front, and then just twist it around like you would a normal ponytail. If it starts to go crooked, it's okay, we can fix it later. Make it sure it's tight because the last thing your cheerleader wants is to lose a bow mid-routine. So just tighten it as much as you can. And from here, I'm gonna take some bobby pins, just like that, and I'm going to pin the, what are these called? Flaps of the bow down to her head. This way, they won't move around throughout the day, and they'll stay exactly where you and your cheerleader wants them to. While they're competing. So you can see the entire bow. You can pull it up a little bit. Just make sure you can place it to where you can see the whole bow. And from here, we have all the curls done. I'm gonna spray it a little bit more. So at this point, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tease the ponytail a little bit. I'm gonna do this so that when has her bow in, you can kind of see the hair a little bit. You can tease it as little or as much as you want to, but most people are gonna have it pretty large. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this teasing comb. You can use a normal comb, but they do sell teasing combs at Walmart and Target and most drugstores. And I'm just gonna back comb her ponytail. So I'm gonna take this small layer on the bottom of her ponytail and just back comb all the way forward. I'm gonna do the underneath part. You want to do the first layers a little bit bigger and a little bit more teased than the top layers so that you don't see it once it's in the ponytail. It doesn't look all ratty. I'm just going to tease that, spread it out a little bit to give the ponytail some volume. Tease it and spread it out until you want it kind of where you think it looks good. And I'm just going to hold it up a little bit and hairspray. Okay. From here, I'm going to take the pointy end of my teasing comb to get another layer out. So at the end of the day, after the competition, after you've won first place, And your cheerleader needs to brush out their hair. I would suggest, the way I do it, and the way I tell other people to do it, is to get in the shower take the ponytail out, take the bow out, and to get in the shower with the teasing, bring a brush and a bottle of conditioner. And all you're gonna do is you're gonna sit in the shower and pour a lot of conditioner on the teasing. It's gonna just loosen up all the tangles and the knots so that it's easier to brush out. So you just put a lot of conditioner in it, massage it through all the teasing, and take your brush and just start brushing it out as much as you can. If you need more conditioner to brush it out, just keep putting it on until it's easy. And it will come out pretty quick if you do it that way. You just have to make sure you're using a lot of conditioner. So when I get to the top layer, you obviously don't want her ponytail to look like this. It kind of looks like a nest. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna spread out the top layer, take your comb and just tease, lightly comb through the top, just to make it look smooth so that it doesn't look all tangly and it looks pretty. So from here, I'm just gonna pull it up and apart, hairspray it. I'm good. I would bring a can of hairspray to the competition just to make sure if she needs any little touch-ups, she can just spray them, keep them in her bag.
Okay.
So yeah, just bring a can of hairspray, but every teen mom should have a can of hairspray, some bobby pins, little elastic bands, all the things that last minute they might need right before they go on the floor. So they should be good and well prepared. And from here, she's just gonna try not to pull out all of her curls and go win first place. Thanks, guys.